Hello, welcome back. This time, we're gonna look at how to do Python unit test in Virtual Studio Code using Pytest framework. Pytest is an open-source testing framework for Python that makes it easy to write simple unit tests as well as complex functional tests. It is widely used in the Python community for testing applications, such as databases, APIs, or UI, and testing libraries. Pytest provides a simple syntax and powerful features for efficient test development and execution. Let's see some key advantages of Pytest. 1. User-friendly syntax. Pytest offers an intuitive and easy-to-use syntax, reducing boilerplate code and making testing accessible. 2. Efficient test discovery. Pytest automatically discovers and executes test cases, saving developers time and effort. 3. Expressive assertions. With clear and informative built-in assertions, Pytest aids in quick issue identification during testing. 4. Fixture support. Pytest's fixture support ensures controlled test environments and facilitates code reuse for setup and teardown. 5. Parametrized testing. Pytest supports parametrized testing, allowing the same test logic to run with multiple sets of input data. 6. Parallel test execution. Pytest can run tests in parallel, leveraging multiple CPU cores for faster test execution, particularly useful for large test suites. 7. Extensibility and customization. Pytest is easily extendable through custom plugins and hooks, making it adaptable to various testing scenarios. Good. The following session will show you how to use Pytest for Python unit test in VS Code. I have created a folder, named it as lesson_2. This folder contains two other folders, the src folder, used for Python source codes under test, and the tests folder, used for test codes. To save time, the source code and test code have been copied into the two folders. Okay, let's open the folder lesson_2 in VS Code. Find Python_projects, open it. Click on lesson_2 folder, and select folder. The two folders showing in our Code Explorer pane. Click on src folder and open the code. It's a simple function code for our test purpose. Here is the docstring explaining what the function does. The function will return true if the input is alphabet, or return false if not. In case of an integer of input, it returns a warning. We use the try, except block to catch the exception for an integer input because the integer does not have the isAlpha method. The last part is for simply testing the function by running the code using Python. Using the if condition block allows the code can be run as a standalone code and also can be imported as a module. We'll import it in our Pytest code for testing. For the best practice, let's open a terminal windows to create a virtual environment for the project first. To create a virtual environment, typing Python --mvenv venv. This pop-up says that we noticed a new environment has been created. Do you want to select it for the workplace folder? Okay, select yes. Here is a warning. The following extensions want to relaunch the terminal to contribute to its environment. Okay, click on Relaunch Terminal. Let's type ls to see what are in the workplace folder. The new created Vin folder is for the virtual environment. Let's activate the virtual environment. Before using Pytest to test the function, we can simply run the code to see how the function works. With a number 9 as the function input, we can try to run the code in a terminal. The function returns input has to be a string. Let's replace the 9 with alphabet. Run it again. The function returns true, means the input is alphabet string. Add number 4 into the input string. Run again. False returned, because the 4 is not alphabet. Okay, let's move on to using Pytest to perform tests for the function. To save time, the test code for the is_alphabet function is already copied to the tests folder. In this test code, we first import Pytest framework module. In the line number 2, import the is_alphabet function from the is_alphabet file in the src folder. Please note that as convention, we use a prefix test underscore in both test file name and test function name, which will be automatically picked up by the Pytest runner when running the test. And we usually write a test code in the AAA pattern: arrange, act, and assert. It is a way to arrange and organize test code to make unit tests clear and understandable. Therefore, in this first test method we use test_is_alphabet as a test function name. And then define an input text, h, and expected result true in the arranged section. In act section, the is_alphabet function will be invoked with the input text, and then assigned to a variable actual_result. In assert section, use the assert keyword verify actual_result equals expected_result. In the second test method, test the function with non-alphabet characters as input. In line 15, we use the built-in pytest.mark.parametrized decorator to enable parametrization of arguments for the test function. Its first argument text is an input variable for the test method. The second argument is a list containing 5 different elements. The test method will take each of them as an input and run 5 times. The third test method will test the function with integer input. The function should return a warning message. Now let's set up Pytest. Click on Beaker button on the left side activity bar to go to Test Explorer. Using Ctrl+Shift+P to bring up the command palette, select Python Configure Tests, select Pytest, Pytest Framework, and then select root directory which contains test codes. Wait for VS Code to install Pytest Framework for you. There is a new version of pip tool available to update. Copy this command and paste here to run the update. It takes a little bit time to install. The Pytest will be installed in your virtual environment. Okay, it's done. Use Ctrl+Shift+P to bring up the command palette again. Select Test, refresh tests. You can see the small green triangle showing up here. You can click it to run the single test method. Or you can go to the Test Explorer Windows, Test folder to find test file and click on this Run Test button to run the whole test. In the test result windows, you can see the 7 tests are passed. The first test has 1 test. The second test method contains 5 tests and plus the 1 test in the third test method, total 7 tests. The test also can be run in the terminal using the command, python-mpytest. The Pytest will execute all tests in all files whose names follow the form test_star.py or *_test.py in the current directory and its subdirectories. If you like to have the test result showing the name of test functions, can add command option-v. The results display the names of the test function, followed by test status. If you want the same thing showing in the test result windows when running test in the Test Explorer, you can add the -v option in Pytest args in the VS Code settings.json configure file. Add -v here. Save the file. Run the test. Test method names are displayed. And run a single test. That's all for today. Now you know the key advantages of Pytest, what the Pytest code looks like, and how to set up and run Pytest for your Python unit test in VS Code. You are ready to explore more about Pytest with us or by yourself. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Happy coding, and see you in the next video.